with data systems, use of force subcommittee, and other aspects of the COAB. If I can't speak as a COAB member, I'm speaking in public. A couple of comments, areas of comments. There was a recommendation in the report about looking hard at stopping hotspot policing. And what that really says to me is there's some recognition by the COAB, this is a positive thing, that hotspot policing is a more negative approach to crime control than it is positive. And one of the spin-offs of hotspot policing, which this police bureau continues to support, is a discriminatory pattern of racial profiling. And it affects African Americans in this community, and it is part of the COAB's job under the settlement agreement to look at the racial profiling plan, look at discriminatory policing, look at stops, look at how resources are extended. And I urge the COAB, which ignored those kinds of responsibilities the COAB has, to include those in the redraft of the report so that it's recognized that COAB should be attacking those issues. And specifically, there should be an end to hotspot policing and other gang units that are harassing primarily young black men in this community. On a negative point, the city for years has dismissed, from my point of view, the community voice when it comes to policing. There have been stakeholder groups, Portland Cop Watch weighs in, the League of Women Voters weighs in, the ACLU weighs in. They get sued and they apologize, but they are dismissive of what the community has to say about how this police department should be run. Unfortunately, when I look at the COAB report, I see signs of the same dismissive attitude towards the community from the COAB. Two things jump out at me. Number one, first, they were very dismissive of the auditor's report, which spent a considerable amount of time interviewing people, making observations, and coming up with conclusions about the failures of the training division to provide training and use of force that this community deserves and its police officers should have. Secondly, even more troubling, the COAB, and this is not the first time it's taken this position, and I know there's been some reference to it already, and probably more eloquently than I can do, has taken the position that there are outsiders, and that may be me, because I'm not in the COAB. It may be the Portland Cop Watch. It may be the League of Women Voters. It may be the Hardest Council people. I don't know who it is. It is insulting. It is offensive. It's against the whole notion of listening to the community. And more than just saying to you that it's wrong, I think you need to identify who these groups are, who these people are. Because if you're not trusting in them, and you're rejecting them, and somehow they're influencing the COAB inappropriately, we should know about that. Because it undermines your credibility, your ability to operate in a position if this community is left with the notion that you're distrustful of unnamed people or individuals because they're activists or they have some opinion that may be different from yours. And if you come clean and tell us who you're talking about. If there's some dangerous population out there that's influencing the COAB, let us know. But I don't think that's what's going on. It's offensive and needs to stop.